Hi, I'm here to solve the puzzles. I'm trying to solve many puzzles. Those puzzles are connected to mathematics. There are few puzzles. Puzzles are always not related to mathematics. Puzzles are not just related to mathematics. Something called riddle, puzzle, it's all related to many things. And why should I have to talk about it? I'm asking this question because you must know about one thing. If there is some issue, if there is a riddle, there must be an answer for it. If you are not sure about the question, then you cannot write the answer. You know about it very well. Half of the answer is hidden in the question itself. The question itself is giving you the hint. Almost 75% is there. You need to write only the 25% answer. So every riddle, every puzzle in our life is having 75% of the answer in the riddle itself. So I just want to talk about a few scenarios just to try to get it. I'm just trying to give you the hints as well as cues. Something called Q. C-O-U. Sorry, C-O-E. Q. So Q sign hint. You can take it. See, if you are sitting at one place listening to something, what you heard, was that clear? First question. Are you able to hear everything? 100%. Then that is not going to be the riddle. You will get the direct answer for it. Second thing. What you heard? The name. Okay, you have the name, then what about the relation? When it was uttered? You heard something. See, someone is talking to someone, or simply you heard something. So I'm just asking you the question, what you heard? Did you hear the whole thing? Was it audible? Were you able to understand the whole thing? What was there? Would you please describe it? If you're able to describe it, that is going to give you the direct answer. You don't have to search for it. Second thing. Now this is related to the competitive exam. It's very important. It's not simply related to some life puzzles or riddles. This is related to the competitive exam. Second thing, at first you are reading the question. Just imagine, instead of listening to something, you are reading a question. Are you able to get it? The whole question. Then as I told you, 75% is there. Only 25% answer should be given. It's all, everything is started from one word. If there is just one word, you can write anything related to it. But that is not going to be in any person's life. You cannot apply that particular scenario in someone else's life. You just got one word, so you are searching about one person related to it. That's not going to happen. Likewise, if you read the question, if you are not able to understand few things, and it is quite difficult for you to give you the answer. At first, try to understand one thing. It's not related to what you read. I mean, You are going to read everything, you are going to memorize, you are going to give answer. That is why it is competitive and why and how the questions are getting formed or how they are creating it. See, if they are going to ask you a question that is not related to the direct question for that answer, I mean, it's not going to be the direct question at first. It will be quite difficult. Like, you need to recall the whole scenario or the events related to that particular question. Say some name is Pranay. So what is related to Pranay? If you say Pranay or Lokesh or any other name, Ajay, so what is related to it? When it was said, is that just one word, Pranay? All of a sudden, from the heaven, someone uttered as Pranay. All of a sudden, someone uttered as Ajay. All of a sudden, someone uttered as Lokesh. No. What is there? What is the connection? Where it is written? I mean, you need the event. You need the incident. You need the scenario. If you talk about Akbar, when? Where? How long? The predecessor as well as the successor. It's not simply, they are not going to simply ask you about the Akbar's period. The question might be after the predecessor or before the, they will give you the successor's name and they will ask about the period of Akbar. Likewise, if you get one particular name, where it is coming from you must understand the period, the life event related to the period, and you need to interpret what it is related, how it is related. Is there anything related to that particular name? If they say Jahangir, or if they say, Kabir, if they say Birbal, Tansen, there are so many characters, but you need to understand how to correlate the things. I mean, the person, event, incident, when, where, how. You studied everything, you read everything, and you got all the names. You can understand the question if it is asked directly. And all of a sudden, Tansen was in the Akbar's court, or Tansen was in Babur's court, or Tansen was in Chandragupta Maurya's court. So you must understand this particular question type. They are not going to ask you, and Tansen's period in Akbar's court. They won't ask you like that. It will be very tough. If they utter, if someone is saying any name, all of a sudden it is not coming from any heaven. There must be something related to that particular person. Some life event should be there. If you ask Lokesh, what should I say? If you ask Pranay, what should I say? If you ask any name, Ajay, what should I say? What did you hear along with Pranay? What did you hear along with Lokesh? What did you hear along with any name? That's how you are going to learn. if there is any particular, you are reading the history and you need to remember everything, the name and the period, from this year to this year, and century, that is also related to the year, and the kingdom related to the person. You know about Birbal Tansen, and so many people are there in the administration. There are so many, and who is the singer, who is the minister, and who is accompanying Akbar to this place. There are so many questions. Everything can be created out of one particular life called Akbar's life. From Akbar's, you can read about Babur, then Jahangir, Shah Jahan, so and so. Can anyone talk about the period one by one? Is Akbar first, or everything related to who is first, who is the successor, who is the predecessor, and who came first and defeated by, and the year of the war, year of the if you talk about any particular fort, when it was built, and they won't ask you that kind of direct question, which year this one was built by. They won't ask you the direct question at all. That is how the questionnaire is prepared. There is no direct question. That is compiled for the school children, not for the aspirants for the civil services or any other competitive exam. So there will be no direct question. It's not like 2 plus 2 equal to, no. It will be very complicated, and it will be very, the question will be very hidden. Question itself is hidden. So you won't get the direct answer from the question. You need to recall the entire event. If you ask, I'm just giving you an example. If there is a person called Pranay, what is related to Pranay? What did you hear related to Pranay? The year or any. What do you know about Pranay? You know only the name Pranay. What do you write related to Pranay? What did you read related to Pranay? What did you hear related to Pranay? Likewise, please make a note. If there is something, there must be a life event. There must be an event related to the person's name. If there is any name, there must be the time when it was said. What is the message related to it? Did you hear the whole message? Or do you have half of it? Or do you have only the name? What is the scenario? So likewise, when you read anything, particularly in history, it's too tough for you to remember the year as well as the names. You will be confused. What is the period of Chandragupta Maurya? And what happened at the same time in South India? Who is the, it's all related to the rulers period all over India. And sometimes it is related to the world's history. And because it is related to the war of that period. And they were all preparing for expanding the kingdom, and they were expecting something for it. So it's all related to the history of one particular place as well as with the world. So when you talk about any one name, you must give the whole period as well as the predecessor and successor and that particular event connected to the world's history. That is quite important. Otherwise, it will be quite easy to write or to share the answer. Within 10 minutes you can share all the answers. If there is a direct question, you can share the answers within 10 minutes. But that is not the case of any competitive exam. There will be no direct question. If there is any indirect question, you must understand that it is easy for you if at all if you are able to remember, recall, relate things. So at first when you learn things, you just correlate the time, the period related to other regions in the same country as well as in the world. What happened?